Every city has a unique story about their hero, whether the world will ever learn about the legend or not.
Say DC basketball is unique in the sense that I'm not sure if everybody understands for us to be a major city, really how small and condensed DC is. DC is probably what, 10 miles long, 12 miles wide, something to that effect. Like, we'd probably be a small borough in New York. So for us to have as much talent as we have in one condensed area, I think speaks volumes about how much talent is in this city.
Curt Smith.
U.S. All-Stars and Jamal Fabush.
His skill set was amazing.
Jamal Fabush. Smith to the basket, running one-hander, he scores.
What makes Curt special?
Travis Ford having a big second half. He now has 15.
He has 6'8" Monty Williams at him, and he's going to take him to the bank.
Arrogance. He just has a knack for. If I miss 5 shots, it must be the basketball in the rim because it's not Curt.
He's seen a few. Smith penetrates, pulls up, takes the running one-hander, and scores over.
One of the best basketball players to come out of DC. There's a lot of great ball players to come out, but he's one of the best.
Trouble man, the greatest. You on the trouble. Trouble the window.
They call him Trouble Smith, and every time he got on the 94, he was trouble.
Slater, Richmond, George Mason, giving that young man a long look. As Curt Smith is giving.
Dude had a move that nobody can stop.
From a basketball standpoint, I've never seen him dominate the game, or anyone. I ain't never seen nobody dominate the game from that size. From the post to just scoring the basketball, shooting the basketball, but at the same time being able to understand how to play.
As many take notice of today's young superstar in the NBA, who hail from the backyards of the Washington metropolitan area, remember the heroes who've paved the way, one of which is Curt "Trouble" Smith.
Welcome everybody to another edition of The Focus. You guys have been following us on social media. We've been telling you guys for a while now how important tonight's show is. We're joined by a member of, basketball royalty here in this area, Mr. Curt "Trouble" Smith. We're so happy to have you here with us tonight. Cardell's here. Octavia's here. Cardell's saving his voice because he got a lot of heavy lifting tonight. So, this is the most y'all gonna hear me because I'm gonna sit back. Like I tell you guys all the time, I'm not filming here, so I look forward to sitting here there tonight and just enjoying and listening and soaking up every little bit of knowledge I can from this wonderful episode. For you, we had a comment last night on Facebook from I think Deontay Tate Twyman.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you following, and we're gonna try to do a little bit better at getting listeners involved. We're not gonna do the phone call thing because, as usual with things, it takes one person to mess it up for everybody. We've had people call in trying to order Chinese food before on past things, so we're not going to do that, but we're going to take advantage of social media. So tonight, if you got a question for Curt, a comment for Curt, anything you want to share, The Focus TV on Instagram, The Focus on Facebook, and on Twitter, again, The Focus. You can also hit Cardell Finest Mag. He'll see it there. You get us at My Model Sports. So you have a multitude of ways to get your comments or questions to Curt tonight. And if we have time, we will run it by him. If not, again, it's on social media. It's going to stay there. We're going to let him know that it's there. We're going to try to get him to respond back to you. Again, we're looking forward to a wonderful show this evening. You're watching The Focus right here on DCTV, on Bliss FM. Give us a quick minute. We'll be right back. And Cardell, Curt, we're going to jump into this great conversation.
Focus, like we said. We have the legend in the studio, Curt "Trouble" Smith, and we ain't gonna waste no more time. So the first question I always had wanted to ask you is, how did you get introduced to basketball in the first place?
Well, I didn't just basketball. My family is, basketball oriented. You know what I'm saying? Like my uncle played in the league for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle, one of my uncles played at Howard, all-time assist leader, Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my brother Charles played at Georgetown. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, I had no choice but to, play basketball, just play any sport. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like neighborhood I grew up in, Benham Park. You know what I'm saying? We basketball court right there behind my apartment building. You know what I'm saying? So we had no choice just to go out there and just like, you know what I'm saying, have fun, play basketball, baseball. I'm just any sport. You know what I'm saying? And I just took a liking to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching my uncles play. You know what I'm saying? And just being 4 years younger than my brother, just going to certain games he played in, and back in the day when he was like 12 or none and all that. You know what I'm saying? That was my inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Just to want to get out there and do the same thing them guys was doing in my family. So that was like a no-brainer for me growing up.
Okay. And as a youngster, for a lot of ball players, there's always a coach or mentor that helped push them to the next level throughout. What was the mentor? Who was the mentor coach for you?
With the mentor coach for me, I had quite a few. And rest in peace. Mm-hmm. Carl Samuels from Benham Park. You know what I'm saying? Was one of the greatest guys, man, that I ever ran into as far as like just guiding me the right way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. End up, he's my godfather. You know what I'm saying? My family was real cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you got guys like Willis Lee, rest in peace, Benham Park Rec. You know what I'm saying? Dickie Wells, my junior high school coach at Kelly Miller. I just had all types of guys, man. They're just right there in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Just you got Bob Gorham. I can be all day with with that. You know what I'm saying? Right there. But in the situation, man, we just had so many guys, man. The older guys in our neighborhood, man, just looked out for us so strong and so good, man. Irvin Brady, guys like that, man. Just making sure we was on the right path, man. Just doing the right thing. So I got a lot of mentors, man.
Okay. And you mentioned Charles Smith, your brother.
Right.
I know you said he was an inspiration, but how vital was he to your overall development?
Oh, he was very vital, man. Just competition, man. You growing up with a brother, a big brother in the house, man, everything's competitive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to be good at everything, you know what I'm saying, that he was good at. You know what I'm saying? So, just to see him branch off and sometimes not be home, but the whole time he's at practice somewhere. He's somewhere playing basketball. So, you know what I'm saying? My opportunity came was all because of the things that I was seeing him do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, Mom, he ain't where he at? It's 9 o'clock. He ain't home. Oh, he in practice. Like, what practice? Basketball practice. He playing with such and such. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it was kind of like really easy to fall in love with the game. You know what I'm saying? Because the game was all around me. Mm-hmm. And I just had to pick up on certain things and just go from there.
Okay. You played high school ball at Coolidge.
Right.
And how was it playing ball at Coolidge? And I hear back then the DCIAA was neck for neck with the WCAC as far as talent and being competitive. Talk about that.
Talent-wise back then, it was called the inner high back in the day. Okay. And the talent was the same thing. It's just a little different now. Parents want their kids to go to private schools. You know what I'm saying? Then I think the living arrangement was different also. Mm-hmm. So back then, a lot of parents couldn't afford certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But there was so much talent in your hood where you grew up at. You know what I'm saying? Where the public schools were really at a great advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because your parents ain't have the financial situation to go to them private schools. Now they offering scholarships. Now they doing a lot of stuff. And parents are really believing in a lot of the private schools right now versus to back in the day, we had no choice. You know what I'm saying? But, we were very competitive with them schools back then. Versus to now, I think right now it's like a long shot right now.
Okay. Well, if you had any advice for any of the coaches in the DCIAA, what would you tell them to kind of pick up the level or on the league?
Well, with me, advice to them coaches right now, because you still got your Malcolm Bowders at Chavez doing a great job. Mm-hmm. You got Rob Nickens at Roosevelt doing a great job with the public school atmosphere and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it ain't too much advice you can give them. It's just like, because they know what they're doing. Them guys been there before. Mm-hmm. It's just, I think it's all on the parents right now on what decision they will make to have their kids go to, where they think they're comfortable at.
Okay. The infamous Capital Classic game, where you battled the top player in the country at the time, Kenny Anderson. You won MVP, dropped 24.7 assists. What was your mindset approaching that game? Because, I watched the clip. It wasn't just a regular game. Y'all came to make sure they don't.
It was a regular game to me.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? To me, it was like, just going on the basketball court.
Okay.
It's like just going in down Watts or Benham Park, just playing ball against the average guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I never got caught up in names.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that my brother always taught me, man. When you playing against guys with a name, that's your ticket right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your name ain't popping like that. His name is this and that. So that was a regular game to me. No disrespect to Kenny Anderson, but that was like a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? I done seen millions of Kenny Andersons in my neighborhood.
Right.
So that was nothing to me. It was just the stage. It was a bigger stage.
Right.
The atmosphere was great and everything, and we always grew up when they're playing the Capitol Center and things like that, and it just so happened to be like that. So it wasn't as a big a game like as people would think it was to me. Mm-hmm. It was just I was just playing basketball. That's what I was doing every day.
Okay. What was your daily regimen, workout, to try to improve as a player?
Well, after we got out of school, 3 o'clock, we on the court at 3:30. You had to get there to get your fire together and everything, and just wanting to play some bump. We didn't have a lot of individual workouts like these kids have now, like working out with trainers and things like that. Mm-hmm. We actually just played basketball all day. You know what I'm saying? And we had to earn our, stripes to even get on certain courts back in the day to play against these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I just sit on the ground at Benham Park and just wait for my turn to play on the big court. You know what I'm saying? You got this court over here, that court, that main court you wanted to play on, and it was so much talent around the way back in the day, you couldn't just jump on that big court. You know what I'm saying? So we all had to wait our turn. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's my point in saying with the Capital Classic game, I do respect how people appreciate, what I did. But to me, that wasn't my biggest moment, like as far as playing basketball.
What offers did you have coming out of high school?
Well, coming out of high school, I was actually Prop 48. Okay. So my initial situation was JUCO, Virginia College. Mm-hmm. But certain schools, came in late and was trying to get me to commit and sign, and I ended up going to Alvin Junior College out of Texas. I signed with Temple. Right. John Chaney was like, we got to send you to this junior college for 1 year, get your grades together, get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because me growing up, I went to Mackin Catholic High School first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't my style, right, school-wise. Not the basketball playing part, because we had a great team up there. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about the basketball part. You know what I'm saying? We had Mike Smith, Bill Burnett. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We had some great guys up there that played in our team. That just wasn't me as far as like growing up from Benham Park and Watts every day, getting on a train, riding way up there. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't me. It's no disrespect to it though, because sometimes you look back and say maybe it could have worked. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it did work for my brother. From going from H.D. Wilson, to St. Anthony's. You know what I'm saying? And he became very successful, which I think he already was. So it just wasn't for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, just me going to Coolidge, I think I kind of like got the feel for basketball again and wanting to play. You know what I'm saying? Now, like for all the people listening out there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people know me. You know what I'm saying? But, I wasn't always doing the right thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I was a little stubborn to certain situations that I was put in as far as like going to Mac, and I didn't want to go. So, I made sure that I didn't have to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And my mother, we had a long talk, and she was like, well, it's time for you to go where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of hindered me from not being eligible my first year coming out of college. Because I messed around too much with the Mackin situation, with the grades, and didn't get myself in position to be able to go to a major university when I come out of high school. Right. And John Chaney came to my house, explained everything to my mom, and I signed right away. Because I liked, his approach, what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all these guys going to these big schools, and I watched Temple a lot. Mark Macon was there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can see myself in that situation and having a great career. You know what I'm saying? But then with kids, got to realize, your clock starts ticking in the 9th grade. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I wasted a lot of time, my early years in high school, book-wise, getting the grades, and that was my reason for not being eligible to go right into a major university out of 12th grade. So I took the JUCO route, and I think that helped me out also,
Right.
to get me back in focus, you know what I'm saying, to get me back to where I wanted to always be, you know what I'm saying, but things happen for a reason, you know what I'm saying. My whole thing is if I didn't go through the things that I went through in life, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
True.
And that's just how I look at it.
Okay. And after you signed with Drake over all the other
Yeah.
programs. You know, how was that experience?
Well, it was kind of, you know, it was a little different for a lot of people. It was very surprising because a lot of people, you know, I was home. I left the Alvin Junior College. Just out of me, just being me. You know what I'm saying? The situation was great. So I came home, you know, John Chaney called me, was like, what you doing home? I was like, man, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? Just being young, spoiled in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I was home chilling one day, and this is like a very true story. And John Thompson called me. You know, called me. He was like, man, I need you to come up here and talk to me. I may have a great situation for you, and I hope it work out for you. But he said, you got to be ready for it to work for you. You know what I'm saying? So I went up Georgetown, caught the subway up there, talked to John. And the first thing he asked me, he said, do you like cold weather? I'm like, shit, we ain't in Florida. You know, so I know shit, yeah, cold weather ain't nothing. He said, man, I got a situation for you. He said, but don't get spoiled. He says it's a 3-year situation. He said, don't get spoiled by the nice weather. He said, you got to go through the nice weather first to get to the cold weather. So I said, it ain't making no sense to me. So, you know, he said, you know, I had to go to, he said, I got a situation for you, man. He said, a real good friend of mine, Rudy Washington, was the coach at Drake University at the time. And, you know, he said, man, we got to set up for you to get everything straight, your grades and everything. Meaning, like, you go there, get your stuff together, so you can go to a D1 school. So I'm like, cool, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. So, not knowing the whole situation, you know, John sent me to Compton Junior College. I'm thinking about Eazy-E, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and them guys, man. MC Ren, you know what I'm saying? But I go out there and you actually see that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see. But the basketball part of it was surprising. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes hooping. You know what I'm saying? So I end up going to Compton, you know what I'm saying, and doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? I made a commitment to Drake going into Compton because Rudy Washington, that was coach at Drake at the time, sent me there off of John Thompson's word. So I go there and do what I supposed to do to get eligible and everything. So it's a very interesting story because when I get out there and do my thing, which a lot of people didn't think, that I would stay out there and do the right thing. So then it was like re-recruitment, like everybody was back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out of the gym, Nolan Richardson from Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? You got George Rowland from USC. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Then I just so happened, like, I'm going to the gym, you know what I'm saying, to do my little normal workouts, and my junior college coach, Lee Porter, who's a great part of me, you know what I'm saying, just getting better at my game, you know what I'm saying, and he called me to the office. So I'm like, what's up, coach? He said, man, he was like, you know, I thought everything was set up for you to go to Drake. He said, every coach knew when you came here, you was going to Drake. First of all, they thought I fell off the map, because couldn't nobody find me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It just happened that John was the only one that can really get in touch with me because of my brother. So now recruitment is open way back up. So I was so loyal to Rudy at Drake. I kind of didn't. I was like, you know, I ain't messing with him. I'm going to Drake. Like, I let it be known to every coach that was recruiting me. I'm going to Drake. You know what I'm saying? And then my junior college coach, he showed me the calls he been getting in these schools. And it was just so ironic that it was crazy, man, because Georgetown was on that list. So I'm like, man, what the? I said, hold up, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because it just goes back to, you know what I'm saying, just let you know, like, a lot of people thought I wasn't going to take that opportunity and succeed with it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people had me for failure. And I think I proved a lot of people wrong. Right. Even people that were helping me didn't think that I was going to actually do well and handle my business. And I stayed loyal. You know what I'm saying? I stayed loyal and went to Drake. And Rudy did a great job, man. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that I was in a great situation. He let me play my game. You know what I'm saying? He let me play my game, and you know what I'm saying? Then I went back to the old Curt. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm good. I ain't going, man. You know what I'm saying? To end up wasn't eligible to play my senior year. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that was a great experience for me because Drake didn't do a lot in years since like Lewis Lloyd days back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a hell of a conference, the Missouri Valley Conference. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird, Hersey Hawkins, them guys, and I'm looking at my name in the record books. You know what I'm saying? The only player ever in that league to lead the league in scoring, steals, and assists in one season. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it got me back to my mode. You know what I'm saying? But I was so happy with myself, just getting through that 1 year and doing what I was doing, and just completely forgot about focusing. Went back to the old, man, I'm good, I ain't doing nothing. And then, you know, the situation came, I couldn't play my senior year. Then I had to do a lot of bouncing around as far as like, you know what I'm saying, you know, playing this league, that league, you know what I'm saying, to try to get something going again. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, I'm going to repeat this and say it again. If I didn't go through them things, I wouldn't really have a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Curt Smith would have been if it was laid out for him and everything worked. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And for me, working with guys and with the kids and coaching here and there and working kids out, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though I got a lot to tell. You know what I'm saying? Then I can look at the flip side of it, and I can give the guys, the kids that I coach, you know, and mentor, I got another story to tell as far as, because I know so many guys that were successful, you know what I'm saying, getting to the league, getting through college. You know what I'm saying? I can call them guys, my brother, Sherman Douglas, you know what I'm saying? Them type of guys, Moochie Noors, guys that I talk to every day. You know what I'm saying? I have access for the other side of the story. It don't have to be me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm involved in that whole situation where I have guys that, hey man, talk to him about this. But I just got the other side of the story. You feel what I'm saying?
After college, did you get any pro opportunities?
Yeah, I had, and that's another situation. You know, like when I didn't play my senior year at Drake, what I did, I missed the hardship. You know, it's a certain date that you got to declare your name. Right. I wasn't even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? If I was thinking about that back in the day, I probably would say, man, I'm just going to come out my junior year, boy, I'm gone. Wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't even thinking about the business side of it. And missed that date and ended up not being able to go back to Drake and finish my senior year. So then I ended up playing on a tour team, which is called Marathon Oil, where back in the day they played against colleges. Like ex-guys in college played against college. I mean, you playing against some good schools. You got Connecticut, Syracuse. I mean, we had a major schedule. You know what I'm saying? And ended up bouncing around here and there, overseas, here and there. Then, you know, one day a buddy of mine, Mike Brown, gave me a call. He was like, man, I got a good situation for you. So I'm like, what's that? He said, man, Indiana want to bring you in the rookie free agent camp. I was like, all right, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He said, you in shape? I said, nah. And he was like, man, we got to get you in some shape. You know what I'm saying? Camp start in 3 weeks. We get on the phone, call Troy Weaver, assistant general manager right now today of the Oklahoma City. Real great friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? Real great friend. In the gym with Troy every day, man, just working hard. Myself, Randolph Childers, Moochie Noors, Sam Cassell, Walt Williams, all of them was Len Elmore clients. And that's who Mike Brown was actually working for. So I'm like, never doubted my talent playing against these guys. But now I'm saying like, damn, I ain't did nothing in a year and a half. What I'm doing here with them? But I'm competitive. I'm getting in shape. I'm trimming my weight down, doing my thing. Next thing I know, I'm on the flight going to Indiana, rookie free agent camp. Go out there, man, you know, great experience, man. Larry Brown, knowledge of the game, you know what I'm saying, just certain things he's saying, and from a point guard perspective, and I'm like, I'm in with Larry Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't did nothing prior to that. I'm a year and a half, 2 years out the game. Really, you know what I'm saying, consistently. So that gave me a wake-up call and said, damn, I mean, I must be okay. You know what I'm saying? So that went super well. Got a chance to go to Minnesota with the Pacers in summer league, play against some nice talent, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I get home after the camp, you know what I'm saying, which was in July, August, something like that. So the urban relation's still going on. Right. So I go up there playing, boom, boom. So, you know what I'm saying? So at that particular time, I'm back in my zone. Now I'm working out every day. Now I get home, I'm working out. Joe Weaver got me, you know what I'm saying, the gym every day, working out. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Melvin Middleton, you know what I'm saying? We in the gym every day, we on the track, you know what I'm saying? Get me ready to go to veteran camp because Indiana invited me back to veteran camp, which started in September, October. Wanted to fly me down early, you know what I'm saying? Get in some shape, be around the organization, be around the team. So myself and Sam Cassell, we actually started going out Bowie State that summer just to keep in shape and play in some quality competition. That's when the Bullets was holding pickup games and everybody was out there. You know what I'm saying? So me and Sam went out there. We killing. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, Dirk Smith, my assistant, was assistant coach of the Wizards at the time. Nolan Smith father. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he looked out for me like, well, man. You know what I'm saying? John Nash was the general manager at the time. So I'm leaving out the gym one day. So John Nash woke up on me. Man, you consider coming to the Bullets, to camp. I'm like, yeah, I'm home. Like, yeah. Totally forgetting about the Indiana situation. Because now I'm home. Now I'm back into that BS zone. Like, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Brown called me, like, Shorty, you need to think about this first. They might just be bringing you in as a sparring partner. They just got Owls. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they set it up so sweet where, you know, it was like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And me just going back to the old Curt. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm staying home and play. Not knowing nothing about the business side. You know what I'm saying? End up not even entertaining the Indiana situation because I wanted to be home. Ended up going to the Bullets camp, and I definitely thought I did enough to make the team. And not knowing about the numbers game part of it, right. Not knowing about the guaranteed contracts, not knowing about a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? End up, you know what I'm saying, not making the team. You know what I'm saying? Then the very next year I didn't make the team. Indiana drafted Travis Best, which they needed a smaller guard. They wanted a smaller guard. So it made me think, and like, damn, that could have been, that was my situation. That's what they basically was telling me, because they wouldn't have invited me back. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you live and learn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not down with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down at all with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a strong family, for one. You know what I'm saying? I got great surroundings around me, you know what I'm saying, that keep me going. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's my pride and joy as far as, like, just going to high school games, man. Just pulling the kid to the side, say, man, you need to, I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? Do it this way or do it that way as far as, like, man, just being successful. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my story, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be all night talking about a lot of stuff out there.
Last question before we take a quick break. A guy who, you know, I learned pretty much from birth, you know, Len Bias. Heard he was close with his family.
My man.
If he had lived, how special would he have been in the league?
And it's funny you ask that because we talk about that every day. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I mean, I'm growing up. I'm 11, 12 years old. And I'm me and Jay Bias, them, bro, we cool. You know what I'm saying? Henry Hall, me and Jay, we hang out every day. We kids, man. We having a good time. Just even being around like Len and them, Jeff Baxter, them guys, man, all them older guys that was around. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we in the gym with these guys, like, and they making sure that we doing what we got to do. You know, we at the end of it in the court. They like, man, show me, y'all, man, get some shots up. Y'all ain't doing nothing down there. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt me, man, when the situation happened with Len. But getting to your question, you know what I'm saying, I got Len being, you know what I'm saying, on Michael Jordan status, man, if things would have worked out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you have a guy like Larry Bird and Red Auerbach vouching for you coming out of college, man, and them was the guys, man. I mean, I think that speaks for itself.
No doubt. We'll take a quick break. You got
Hey, look, I mean, you got it. As Cardell said, we're going to take a quick break. I'm sitting over here on the phone as a fan enjoying all this. But as we told you guys before the show started, if you're following along, man, don't be shy. Hit it. Reach out on social media. Share your comments on tonight's show thus far. Any questions, comments you want to get across to Curt, we'll do our best to bring them up. We still got a lot of show left. We're only 30 minutes through. We're going to take a quick break. Coming right back. You are watching The Focus. Again, don't leave. We got another half of a show left. And I promise you'll be just as great as the first half.
All right. To piggyback off of, the Len Bias question, you said the older guys would kind of, when they see you, the young guys in the gym, they will pull you to the side and say you work on some things and everything. Is that something you think is missing from today's?
Oh, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, most definitely. Like I said, man, it's like I said back then, you know what I'm saying? Older guys, they always made sure that the young guys was good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They tell you need to work on your game, tell you about everyday life, things they've been through. It wasn't just let me coach you or let me work you. Let me come to my gym so I can train you or play on my AAU team and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because back then it's like, man, the older guys actually been through a lot to even have a lot of knowledge to even tell you, a young kid, man, don't do this, don't do that. Nowadays, it's just so different. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody think you got like millions of guys working people out. I do research sometimes with some of these guys, believe it or not, just as far as like, who is this and who is that? I don't know. I have no idea who these guys are. And, I'm not like being arrogant or anything, but if a guy like myself or Sherman Douglas, my brother, or Moochie Norris, if we don't know these guys that's having an influence on these kids right now, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we done been through it on a high level. So my whole thing, nowadays you look like, everybody working the kid out right now. Yeah. Everybody coaching right now. And that's just what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I take my hat off to guys like Lonnie Arrell, Craig Jones. I mean, them guys got history of the game where a parent can be like, oh, I know what he done did. I know what he done did. You know what I'm saying? Them guys are reaching back out the same way that when they was growing up. You know what I'm saying? That's things that we needed back in the day. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not, like I said, it's not no disrespect or knocking what guys are doing because, you know what I'm saying, I guess it's just so, the thing right now is like, I think anybody can just say, man, I got a team or I got a gym. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing, how much it costs. I mean, back then, wasn't no charge.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We just, come on, let's go hoop. Come on, I'm going to help you work on your jump shot. I'm going to help you work on your ball handling. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing. Take guys like Delonte Taylor, for example. Since I've known him, I'm naming guys outside of my family to actually explain how much desire, man, and how much care that other guys had for you other than your family. Because to me, for me to keep stressing my uncles and my brother, it's like that's self-explanatory. They were great to me, without saying. Anybody know that? You know what I'm saying? But for other guys to also install knowledge they had, Shorty, come on, like Delonte Taylor always. Whenever I saw him back in the day, whether it was Langdon Park, wherever we see each other, come on, Shorty, get some shots up. It still relates to basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like Bootney. We go out to the gym. I mean, Bootney and Mel Miller put me on a platform on a big stage, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to even play on certain levels and with certain people when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you go to the gyms and the game is going to your left, it's 10 up. You got guys like Bootney Green giving me the basketball to get the last bucket. I'm like, we need a bucket now, I'm going to you. But that installed confidence, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't think that's happening right now.
And like you say, you pull youngsters to the side, it didn't matter if it was the gym or on the playground.
Right.
You know, and like a couple of weeks ago, I ran into a youngin', he was working out. He said he don't play on concrete. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like, how are you really gonna get better? What if you can't get in the gym?
You get that a lot because I'm gonna tell you why. Because they got so many gyms now that they can go to and play. We didn't have all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because the other day I'm shooting around. This funny. At a good friend of mine, we at the house just shooting around the backyard. Me and the little kid just shooting around. So I shot the ball, and it went straight in the rim. But the strings messed up. The little kid swinging me down. Like, that ball ain't going. I'm like, shorty, we ain't had this back in the day, nets and all that. We wasn't tripping. We just came to hoop. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had to make the shot again, so he can look at it to make sure it went in the last time. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, they got these beautiful facilities, man. I mean, they got so much right now, and I'm not gonna sit there and like I'm hating on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna pull no Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah.
And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tripping off of what's going on today. No, I'm not, because one thing about me, I'm very, very, very happy for anybody from this area to be able to be successful in what they doing.
Right.
For that's number one. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not hating on it at all. I'm just saying that I think we went through a hell of a struggle. You know what I'm saying? To get recognized. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have social media back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you think social media did for us back in the day? And I'm not even gonna say myself. I just turned 46 years old. That's still young compared to, you know what I'm saying, the guys that were before me. You know what I'm saying, like the Ducky Vaughns, the Stacey Robinson, JoJo Hunter. I mean, them guys. I mean, I listen. Man, the stories they got is like, nah, you can't be serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got shoveling snow off the ground just to hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. It's just like going to other recreation centers to screw their rims off to put on your rec center rim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just things, man, back in the day, man, it's crazy. I mean, and like I said, on the flip side of the whole situation, it's kind of a good thing because I think the black community, that was a time of struggle. And I think right now kids are living better than we were, which is not a bad thing. Right. So it's not their fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault, but that's why I think it's guys like myself are very important to the youth right now to even share certain stories with them, that for them to appreciate what they're doing right now and appreciate their success and what got them there.
Right. Y'all laid the groundwork. So the DC versus Baltimore game. Heard you had a nice matchup with Muggsy Bogues back in the day. Think they said you dropped 53 on them, something like that. And then, and the thing is, Urban, you know, I remember seeing like open quote on NBA. Steve Smith, the player name for the Hawks, played for Michigan State. He said he came to the league wanted to be Magic. He a big point guard. He said Muggsy got on him one game, turned him so much. He said, "I'm good. I'm gonna be a two guard." Like dudes was literally terrified to dribble on Muggsy. You gave him 53.
No doubt about it. It wasn't like I was dribbling on him though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but you know. See, I describe my game. I just go to my strengths. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I learned from older guys. You know what I'm saying? Why try to even dribble the ball against him 94 feet? Yeah. You know, you can get tired when you get across half court. So, you know what I'm saying, you just get a rock with somebody else and you just go on the block. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, you know what I'm saying, that's where I think that was one of the strongest points of my game. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Ducky Vaughn, growing up, man, just on the court with him, teaching me, you know, just how to position yourself to get to where you need to be in the court to get you an easy bucket. You know what I'm saying? Don't work so hard. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this day of Columbia Park Rec. You know what I'm saying? You know, with myself, Len Bias, Henry Hall, and Len Bias was just working out. So I finally got an opportunity to play with the older guys. And Frank Ross was on the opposite team. Frank Ross, American University, bad guy, can flat out do it. And after one of the games, Frank Ross pulled to the side. He said, "Shorty, you working too hard to even bring the ball up court." You know what I'm saying? He said, you're doing a lot. By the time you go across the half court, you can be tired. So I didn't figure out what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, because in my mind, I'm saying I'm definitely getting past my defender. But damn, I am getting a little like worn out before I get to half court. So, you know, Frank was like, man, just dribble right past somebody. You know, no move. You don't need no move. Just go right past them. You know what I'm saying? And that day forward, that's stuff that I tell kids now. That's stuff that I told Moochie Norris back in the day. That's stuff that I told Greg Jones and them. Like, you got so much with your game, but you got to be basic a lot to bring out your tricks. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and once, like, you know, myself and Greg became real good friends at a time when Greg was working so hard playing basketball. He was, you know, come to me with advice and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Great guy. He'd never been afraid to ask me how to get better. You know what I'm saying? And I felt as though I was a big help, you know what I'm saying, just letting him know. And I went to see him play like maybe a year after our conversation. And he was just destroying dudes with basic stuff, but still had his moves and his arsenal that he can always go to. You know what I'm saying? Made the game so easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like it's guys like that, man, that, you know, kids don't even know about. And to me, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you gonna be a high school first team All-Met and don't know about Greg Jones?
I don't know about you.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I'm just saying it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's brings me back to, I think now today, I just don't think these guys is helping these kids out. I don't think they're passionate about it. I think it's all about them first.
Money, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come up, yeah.
And then the kid. You know what I mean?
That's real. The old Herbo, it kind of ended right when I was coming out of high school. But I heard it was probably the greatest summer league we ever had, competitive-wise. So, what made it so special?
I mean, for one, I think what made it so special is the great city we have, the way they love the game. First of all, I think the crowd made it special. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you go up to Herbo, man, when you hooping up there back in the day, you feel like you in the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You in the parking lot is jam packed. You speaking to 30 people before you even get to the gym. You know what I'm saying? You get in the gym, they hollering at you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing. For one, I love my city. That's hands down. You know what I'm saying? I've been a lot of places. I mean, I think our city, we got a lot to work on. You know what I'm saying? I think back in the day, it was more togetherness.
Yeah.
Than it is now. It's too much competition now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think back in the day, I mean, it was beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you go up there, man. You playing against legit pros, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you got your Muggsies. You got Michael Graham up that joint. You know what I'm saying? You got Johnny Newman. I mean, you got, just to name a few. I mean, I can go back to when it was at Gonzaga with Adrian Danley, John Lucas. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Malone. All them guys, man. And somebody asked me a question the other day, will we ever get Herbo back? No way. It'll never happen because today, you know, these guys not playing with any passion. They're not being competitive against each other. See, back then, you know, we can hang out, but we can at court. It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Herbo was just special. I mean, it's nothing. No disrespect to the Farms. None of these leagues going on right now, but the Herbo had to be the best thing ever. And I done been out L.A. to the Drew League, been in New York to the Ruckers, seen everything. And the Herbo was the best ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just
pure hooping, just the pure.
Man, that was crazy. The atmosphere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even see, a lot of people say, I go like real serious about a lot of conversation because the location. You right off of 295. You know what I'm saying? You come from Baltimore. You come from anywhere. You boom. You right there. You ain't getting lost.
Yeah.
And once again, we didn't have that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Navigations. You know what I'm saying? Like make a left, right here. But man, that Herbo was special, man. It was special.
Okay. Now, I think the game everybody want to know about, they've been blowing me up for the past couple of weeks, the Showdown with Stevie franchise in the Kenner League. How did that game even come about? You know, what was your mindset in going at Steve? Because a lot of people, I was there at the game, and I remember a lot of people was like, yeah, you bit off more than you could chew that game, but you got him too. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, just knowing how to play and stuff like that. And a lot of guys remember that game, especially my generation. I was like 14, 15. But like you even woke me up to a game like, oh, this a whole different style of basketball, because we all thought like Steve all athleticism. Not all, he had skill too, but his athleticism was just like, wow. You killed him off IQ, skill work, positioning, real technician as a guard. And that woke me up to a whole brand of basketball. I'm like, whoa, I got to reevaluate some things, add some things in my game. So, like, how did the game come about first? And then, during the game, what was your mindset going against them?
Well, it came about, Jeff Brooks, who was running the Kennel League at the time.
Okay.
They had an open date of Georgetown, the Kennel League, that they wanted to throw in a nice game. It wasn't about who team you was on as far as like doing it was during the season of the Kennel League.
Okay.
But Jeff wanted to do a special game because all them guys just happened to be in town at one time.
Okay.
So he wanted to get a game with Steve in town, Vanderpool, all them guys, Benny Kesey, Moochie. Like he said, man, Jerome, these dudes in town, man, they want to get some wreck, but they want to play against some, So Jeff calls me. So I told Jeff my team. So he kind of laughed at me like, y'all niggas crazy. I said, all right, that's my mob. But call somebody else to do the game. You know what I'm saying? And you see what's going to happen to that. Because I know one thing about my mob, we first of all, we want to win. And we're going to be serious about the game, and we're going to play the game the right way. We're not going to get caught up in the crowd and all that. So, so of course I called, my brother, Booney Green, Darryl Prue and them guys, John Turner. Like, this is my roster, man. Mark Tillman. Jeff actually laughed at me like, man, go ahead, man. Like, these young boys gonna run y'all out the gym. I said, yeah, okay. just set the game up, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So it was on Thursday night. We get in there. And I look at their lab line. I said, yeah, they got like 9 pros over that joint. I said, yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was ready for that. I mean, that's one thing I always did. I always wanted to be in an atmosphere as far as like playing against the baddest guys. And jump ball, you know what I'm saying? Boom, and I was in my zone. You know what I'm saying? And them guys knew it was up on the other end. They wasn't like tripping and thinking it was gonna be some BS. You know what I'm saying? They knew it was up. And next thing you know, halftime, I'm like, I got like 30 at the time. I'm like, yeah. Like they like, oh, and all them, and see, that's the funny thing. Like Steve, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy. Moochie, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Them my boys. You know what I'm saying? So they looking like, oh, he on this shit. There he go. Oh, he go with this. You know what I'm saying? And, it ended up being a great game, though. Like, one of the greatest games. I definitely would like to find that game somewhere if somebody got it. Just to sit and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because there was so much talent out there, man. It was.
Wasn't Walt Williams in that game, too?
No, Walt actually played like that following week. He didn't play. I think that's the game that probably got Walt like, man, I want to get some of this month.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I would like to just sit and watch that game one day and just be like, yeah. But just look at it. Everybody that was on that floor, man, was damn good. You know what I'm saying? Was had a name. You know what I'm saying? At a particular time. My team, we had a name at a particular time, but they was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back then. So it was a great game. But, Steve was up and coming. Bad boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy. Did some great things, man, in that league, in that Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I always knew how good he was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And that was a time where, I was in shape. I was hooping every day. And at the same time, I couldn't go up no Kennel League and be mediocre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's my show.
Right.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody watching and everybody's jam-packed. Nah, I can't go up there and get no 20 points.
Yeah.
They got to talk about something. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. But that's just my competitiveness, man. Like I said, man, I play in my neighborhood. Man, I play against guys that can play every day back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I can name guys that people never even heard of that was real good. You know what I'm saying? But just didn't play high school and college. that's how the neighborhoods was back then. You know what I'm saying? So I never was starstruck. That's for one. And that's something that I actually learned from my uncles and then my older guys. Like, man, you playing against who? Oh, so what? He do the same thing you do. It don't matter. So that's been always my, that's my thing, man, you know.
You brought a young Kevin Durant to the Farms for the first time. And you said it then. He was just finishing his senior year. You said it then, like, he definitely had all-star, MVP.
No question.
In his future. And a lot of guys like, yeah, he's just talented now. But you saw it then. What made you a Durant believer? And, how did he do, in that game?
It was funny because when I first seen Durant play, when I first seen Kevin Durant, it was Curtis Malone and DeMar Johnson had a camp. Our boy Townsend, one little record.
Bowie City Young, yeah.
So I'm looking out there. I'm like, damn, you got Kevin Durant out there, Austin Freeman, Chris Wright, Nolan Smith, Tywan Lawson, Mike Beasley. I'm talking about loaded at the age of 14 and 13. So I'll never forget this day, myself and Curtis Malone, we just on the side. And we just out there like looking like we counting the pros, like who gonna be a pro. You know what I'm saying? And I told Curtis, I said, man, that boy right there, talking about Kevin, I said, man, he gonna be a superstar. Pro ain't there, he gonna be a pro. He gonna be a superstar. So we sitting around, you know what I'm saying, one time in the Watts, you know what I'm saying, myself and, rest in peace, Big Jeff, you know what I'm saying, my partner, you know what I'm saying, for the Watts League, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace, homie. So, he was like, man, young and want to come over to Farms. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So Kevin, his first debut, he shot a lot of jump shots. So, man, he's 6'7", he really shoot on the jump shots. I'm like, that's his game. A lot of them didn't fall that day, but that's his game. Once he got that one game out of the system, it was history. I mean, it was history. That was it. And everybody like, oh, okay, that's what he do. And I'm like, he gonna be a super. I've been saying that since he was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And he lived up to all that.
Yes. What advice would you give to youngsters now coming up to maximize their basketball talents?
Well, don't get so programmed into the individual workouts. You know what I mean? Because you always got to play. You got to play 5-on-5. You know what I'm saying? You got to play one-on-ones. Like myself and a good friend of mine, Hanif Hill, was talking today on the phone. He was like, man, kids don't even play one-on-one no more. But when they play, they joking around. Yeah. Back when we was playing, I'm going to smack at you. I'm lying. We'll talk about this other later on. But we trying to bump. You know what I'm saying? So, just don't get so programmed. I go to games today, man, high school games, and I see a kid make a move that he ain't got to make.
Yeah.
That's too much drill work.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So even not only my advice to kids, but my advice to these guys is working these kids out. Let these kids play basketball. You know what I'm saying? You can count he gonna dribble 5 times and make a half a spin, then he gonna shoot it. And that really be happening. And don't even have to do it though. You know what I'm saying? So I mean I think that now this is my opinion on today's game and back in the day's game. I actually think the only thing these kids really have over the back in the day game is probably athleticism. They dumb athletic.
Yeah.
Everybody over the rim, they jumping, they doing all this, man, they fast. But one thing we did back, we knew how to play basketball. Yeah. The first thing we did, we had day camp. It wasn't no like $500 a week. Yeah. It was like free. Mm-hmm. No, just know how to make a bounce pass, or chest pass, or a regular mid-range J. And these kids, right, they don't have it. They don't know the game. Like, if I was in any type of shape right now at the age of 46, I can go get me about a dub with 30. Just off of knowledge of the game. Because they don't think it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They don't play with no pride.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? But it's much respect because I think the DMV is really, really, really representing the game of basketball right now, which we were back in the day. But in terms of the social media thing, in terms of going this place, it's noticeable.
Right.
It wasn't as noticeable back then unless you just was the baddest guy out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think they're doing a good job at that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm always happy for the city.
Your post game, that was like your main weapon. You could post them anywhere, any range, and people were in trouble. They couldn't guard you. You know, I see a lot of guards in the league where they get the post game later in their career. And it's like, why don't you just come in with that? It makes the game something like you starting to see Wall and Westbrook post up now.
Right.
And you see their games elevate. Is that something you feel guards should apply more at a young age?
They definitely should because, and I mean, like I said, the way the game was played back then, I learned how to play the post game because I was getting posted up so much. I'm a little kid out there playing against older guys. The first thing they was taking me to the block. I mean, you out there to get a bucket. And that was the easiest way to get it. And I just, you know, just, like I said, just playing with the older guys, man. And I just had to put that in my game. Like I said, you know, much love to Doug Yvonne. I learned all of that from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just learning how to get to the block and just, you know, like, just learn how to position yourself to get the rock and make your move or do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's another thing. I mean, you got these guys, man, working these kids out. I think that some of these kids can be so more effective if they just use their strengths instead of using the everyday individual workout.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prime example. Like last year, I'm down Watts at our league championship game. Great kid, Najee Marshall. Bad boy. I mean, awesome.
All grades.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Going Xavier.
Yeah.
So, Najee 6'5", 6'6". So he's out on the perimeter trying to do all this against these little guys. I'm like, Najee, you see that block right there? Go get right in that block and just put your hand out and tell these guys to get you the ball. Score like 3-4 straight. Why are you out there working? I mean, you got to use your strengths. You have to use your strengths. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from that post game. I mean, like Bootney Green, them guys, man. We be in the gym. We working back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never get this day. You know what I'm saying? Myself and Melville Middleton, we playing. We out Crystal City. Forgot the kid's name is God. He was strong. He was like 5'2", fast and everything. So, man, I'm like, why are you trying to go past him? He said, man, just go sit in the block and just get a rock. You know what I'm saying? You doing too much right now. And end up just like 7 straight, boom, boom, just boom. And it was so easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids today, like I said, they so programmed. You know what I'm saying? So programmed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, myself and Charles Harrison, man, talk every day about basketball, and we always just talk about, man, why these kids making the game so hard, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why they making it so hard. You know what I'm saying? To even just make a move, to even just go lay the ball up, to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to see how much. And I just think the game has changed because they actually not playing with pickup ball. You know what I'm saying? I went to see them playing pickleball one day. It's like they just chilling, don't matter. You know, we just out here. If I lose, I got next.
Yeah.
Like I said, we lose back in the day, we ain't speaking. 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? I ain't What's up? Ain't nothing up today. Yeah, we just lost. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think to be honest with you though, and I think I'm gonna probably get more involved, you know what I'm saying, in the youth as far as like, you know what I'm saying, maybe creating our own team, our own organization. You know what I'm saying, with the help of Rick Goins, man. I mean, this man works so hard. You know what I'm saying. I mean, and I think that, you know, it's never too late, because I think I got a lot to offer. You know what I'm saying. And from day one, just meeting Ricky and the stuff he's doing with these kids, man. I think that's a great combination as far as like getting that youth back. Like it should be, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Who was the best player you played against, and which player defended you the best?
That's tough right there. Damn, that's tough. Best player I played against. Damn. I ain't never played against myself, so you know what I'm saying? But nah, you know, like, damn, that's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. Let me answer the best defender first, and I get back to the, you know. See, a lot of people think I'm biased. My answer right now is my brother, best defender.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he also be the best player. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, just even the battles that me and him had. You know what I'm saying? Just me being a kid. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking, you know, the average kid I'm playing against my age, I'm destroying him. Then I'm playing against him. It's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Beat you to the spot, cut you off from making your move, just studying the game. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely, like I said, a lot of people might think I'm being biased, but then again, they won't, because he didn't defended everybody. You know what I'm saying? He played against, so you know what I'm saying. And the best player I ever played against, that's crazy, man. Because I done played against some great players, man. Well, I tell you, damn sure ain't Kenny Anderson. I will say that. I will say that. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You got your Henry Halls, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your Bootney Greens. You got your. I done played against a lot of guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of players, man, that was real damn good. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of. That's tough. That's tough.
The floodgates. I'm like, man, what you say you better than me?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that's a great question though. But so let me ask you this:
Okay.
You saying in my position at the guard, or you saying just being on the court with somebody that was good?
You was going head up, same position.
Oh,
You had to deal with them both.
See now, okay, I got a great feel for the question now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, man, damn. You got some guys out there that was pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? I can say Steve. You know what I'm saying? I can say my brother once again. I can say Sherman Douglas. I mean, I can say a lot of guys, man. I mean, that's tough, man. You gotta get back with me. You gotta get back with me. That's a great one. I like that one. That's a great one.
If you can go back in the day, talk to a young Curt Smith in high school, what advice would you give him?
If I can go back in the day and talk to a young Curt Smith in high school, man, I would actually tell a young Curt Smith, have a little more dedication to your game. Work on your game a little more. Stay in shape a little more. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I was serious about the game, but I wasn't. You know, it's kind of hard when you got a lot of people telling you how good you are. So that kinds of put, if you're not in that mind frame and that mindset, saying I want to get better, or thinking you need to get better. If you're not thinking you need to get better, you're not gonna get better. And that was one of my things as far as like back in the day. I thought I was already like there. You know what I'm saying? And what made me think that is because I played so well against guys that was real good. So I felt as there was no need for me to work on this and work on that. I didn't know that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would tell a young person. Just stay focused, stay dedicated, and stay in shape. But overall, rule number one is take care of your business first. You know what I'm saying? And take your schoolwork. Take care of that first, because all the rest of that gonna come.
No doubt. Last question: future goals for you?
As far as now?
Yeah.
Man, you know what? Right now, man, future goal for me right now is actually, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, put my son through school. You know what I'm saying? My son got a great relationship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, funny dude, we laugh and joke all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just installing him, man. You know, just keep your education. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, my father wasn't really a big part of my life, but he was there but he wasn't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just try to like make sure, you know what I'm saying, my son good. You know what I'm saying? And even and just people around me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just to try to just, you know what I'm saying, just be good. But to answer the question totally, man, is just to really to be honest with you. And my goal right now, man, just to actually get serious in this basketball thing again.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people, I got my friends tell me, you should coach, or you should do this and you should do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, really where I'm at right now. And a lot of people don't know a lot of stuff I'm doing right now as far as like working on this, working on that, working on this. I'm always running a game. I'm always running coaches. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to college coaches. I'm talking to high school coaches. I'm talking to good friends. And all of them just telling me, man, you need to get back in this game. So right now, you know, here right now on the show, on the focus, I'm just getting all the way back in that game right now as far as like in the basketball game, as far as like having input, man, and helping these kids get better.
Cool. Figure out who was the best player you played against?
That's a good question, though.
I'm messing with you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can say, I mean, I played against a lot of real good players, man, but, you know, damn.
I have to get into like a top 5.
Just bring it back on the show.
This is what we can do. We'll give you some time. We'll reschedule when you come back in.
Yeah, bring it back.
We're going to let you know as soon as the show starts.
I'm starting over with that. I'm
talking about like before the intro or anything.
I'm starting over with that. That's all.
Like, don't play the music, don't do
we
nothing.
Definitely want to get you back. Thank you so much for coming in, because
no doubt,
we got a great rapid fire segment, and we bring you back. We're going to get in rapid fire with you with a whole lot of things.
Right.
But I definitely want to hear the answer to that question.
Everybody gonna hear it. Yeah, they listening now, right?
And they'll be watching on Friday.
They listening right now, right?
Yep.
They gonna hear it. And I want to say happy birthday to my grandmother, man. Turned 90 years old today. Yeah. I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute.
Happy birthday to her.
No doubt.
Cardell, you have anything else?
Nah, man, that's it.
All right, we just want to thank you so much for coming in. And okay, so you already said you're coming back, so we're gonna schedule
go ahead,
that.
Pencil that in.
We're gonna pencil that in. But Trouble, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Appreciate
you are
y'all,
welcome
man.
Anytime you want. Truly enjoyed this. And we look forward to everybody else getting to see this. Octavia and I got to watch it live, so we had the best seats in the house.
Definitely.
It's all good. I appreciate y'all too, man.
So we're gonna see you guys same time next week, same place, right here at BCTV and Bliss.fm.